So I've been a photographer for about 7 years now, and I've dipped my toes in product photography. And I quickly found out that by far the hardest thing about product photography is the styling. Picking the right colors, finding the right surface, and making everything just look good. And when you're using things around the house, you quickly find out that a lot of things are just not made for photography. Like that nice IKEA table that you want to use. It's a great table, but it's not made for photography. It just ends up looking like a cheap IKEA table, which is why you've probably seen these companies that make these photography backdrops and boards all over at your ads on Instagram, social media, because this is actually a really big problem. If you're trying to get into photography, trying to learn how to light stuff, use your camera, and be a stylist, backgrounds can just be a nightmare. I have gone and made some of my own, which, while I do think they ended up looking really good, it was a really big hassle. They were hard to store, and they were just really heavy, and they were just kind of difficult to use. So eventually I did break down, and a couple weeks ago I ended up buying some V-flat and Replica boards because I was like, hey, you know what? I'm just going to see if these things work. I'm not going to worry about the hassle of trying to find that right surface. If I have a selection of different colors, a lot of neutral colors and good surfaces that can work, I don't have to think about it anymore. Things like that can just be roadblocks. It can keep you from actually getting your camera out and completing a photo shoot and editing and making a photo. So I'm really glad that I pulled the trigger. I actually have a couple of these right here. So I got V-flats and Replica boards. So I wanted to talk about them a little bit, see if there's any difference between them, who are they for, and just show you some of the photos that I've taken over the past few weeks. So first of all, who are these for? These are not for professional product photographers. They're trying to shoot big campaigns and make a whole lot of money. That's really not who these are for. People that are like that are at that level, they do make their own surfaces. They have their own color papers. They have stylists that come in and they build sets specifically for what the photo requires. They're usually not going to use things like this. Also, another thing, if you're at that high end of product photography, you really want to stand out. And I'll tell you, you can stand out using these because your photos can look really, really good, but you're not going to stand out stylistically between other people because you're using the same tools that everybody else has. If you're trying to hone your look, your own style, and you're trying to get those big jobs, talking about agents and worldwide campaigns, well, you probably already know these are not going to be for you. But if you're just posting your product for your business on social media, or if you're a photographer that's just trying to learn product photography in hopes that you can maybe take some photographs for business clients and products, these are a great choice. If you get them, you are going to learn, you're going to elevate your photography a bit, but of course, they're just a stepping stone. And for me, it has taken out a big chunk of that anxiety of, what am I going to do for a backdrop? Am I going to have to go to Home Depot, get a board, get plaster, get paint, spray paint it, spend 3 days making something? Because that is what I've done in the past. And now I just don't do that. Now I have, I think, 6 different boards. I have white marble, I have wood, I have black, slate, stone. All of these really simple, neutral colors that are going to be great, solid backdrops that will allow almost any product to pop. So what I've been primarily photographing over the past few weeks has been coffee. I have a subscription to a coffee service that sends me a new bag every couple weeks, and I figured this was a great way for me to use something that I already had, something that I'm not going to have to go out and buy. So I have these bags coming every few weeks. When I get them, I look at the tasting notes, and then I go out and I buy produce that matches with the tasting notes, and then I just kind of play. I just find things around my house, and I just work on styling, work on making things look unique and fun, and we're going to see where that goes. But already I'm extremely happy with the work that I've been doing with it. I definitely feel like I've been way more creative, and I'm really happy and excited to be taking photos every time I get a new bag in the mail. It's just a whole event, and it's gone really well. Now, what are the difference between the Replica boards and the V-flat boards? Well, as far as I'm concerned, almost absolutely nothing. It seems like Replica has a bigger marketing budget because you see their ads a lot more on Instagram and things like that, and the Replica boards are more expensive than the V-flat boards. If you look at them side by side, it doesn't seem like they're that much more expensive, But the thing is, the V-flat boards are actually 2-in-1. They're double-sided. So you're getting 2 different surfaces for basically the price of 1 replica board. To be honest, I can't tell the difference between the two. It seems like to me they probably got them printed in the same factory. But they're the same thickness, they seem like they're the exact same material, they're both 300 DPI, and the little holders that hold them up fit both the V-flats or replica boards. They're interchangeable, everything works together. This actually right now, this one on the back is, I believe that one's a V-flat and this is a replica board. It doesn't really matter. So I hope that answers the question for you if you're wondering which one you should get. In my opinion, it's whichever one is cheaper. Though it does seem like V-flat is sold out a lot of the colors on their website, a little bit more than replica is. I actually got mine from eBay, the V-flats. And I do have to mention the person that sent them to me through eBay, they did not do a great job at packing. They're actually a little bit dinged up, but to be honest, it's fine. They're totally usable. It's not the end of the world. Replica, also, theirs came a little bit dinged up. There's actually like a little notch right here on the edge of this one. And somehow the little pegs that hold them up together fell out of the box on the way here, but we emailed Replica. They gave us an extra one of these boards that is replacing this one. This one I think we could still use. It's a little scuffed up, but now I got 2 of them, and they replaced the little peg things, little holders that got lost in the mail somehow. So hey, Replica, even though they cost a little bit more, I'll tell you their customer service is good. They didn't hassle us. They just sent us replacements. And, you know, good for them. Thank you. But I probably would just buy more V-flats because they're cheaper. And just to give you a little bit of friendly advice on which ones to get, I would definitely try to stick with the most neutral colors. You know, if you have like a green that your brand is associated with, sure, maybe, you know, get the green or something funky like that. But even if that is maybe one of your colors, if your packaging is green and then it's a little bit different green than the back, it's just going to be a mess. Like, honestly, just get a black, a white one, a gray one, and you're good to go. I would definitely recommend these boards for people that have a small business. To be honest, your iPhone can take a great photo if you have a pair of these. You could even just go up to a window and take some nice flat lays. You don't even have to have some kind of special lighting. You can take great photos without that. I'll show you a photo on screen that I took with these, that I just went next to a window, got a little flat lay, and it looks great. It's awesome. They are a bit pricey, but really in the grand scheme of things, they are absolutely worth the money. Like I've said, I've already done multiple photo shoots. I feel like I've already gotten better as a photographer just because I don't have to think anymore and deal with crappy backgrounds. I don't have to try to repurpose particle wood, crappy coffee tables or anything like that. I have these things, and then all of my mind is freed up to try and figure out how things should be set up, all of the extra props. You know, there's a lot that goes into product photography. So having one of these things already decided for you is just a time saver. That's it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please let me know if you have these. How do you like them? If you're thinking about getting them, please let me know in the comments. And if you're interested in more videos like this, more videos about tips and tricks to elevate your business with photography and videography, please consider subscribing. Until next time, I'll see you guys later.